Hey, what is up? So recently, I made a video where I talked about Howard Hamlin heading into season 6 of Better Call Saul in respect to his storyline surrounding Jimmy and Kim attempting to discredit him and get him disbarred in order to speed up the Sandpiper Crossing settlement so they can get their share of the common fund. So definitely go back and check that out if you want. But for this video, I actually want to talk about whether or not I think that Howard Hamlin is going to die next season. Now, of course, we have absolutely nothing concrete to draw on when making this determination. This is just totally my rampant speculation here and just my own thoughts and opinions. But I think most fans of Better Call Saul think that Howard is the number one prime candidate to die next season. Again, and I've seen a lot of theories surrounding how Howard could maybe take his own life, perhaps, following, whatever sort of revelation that Jimmy and Kim frame him for, perhaps, is so emotionally damaging to Howard that he has to take his own life. I've seen theories to that effect, or maybe he accidentally dies somehow. But to tell you the truth, I wonder if because this ending seems so likely and so obvious, I wonder if maybe this isn't going to be the case here. Again, of course, this is me just putting on my tinfoil hat here. I have no way to just confirm anything I'm saying right now. But if we look at all of the clues that we've seen surrounding Howard next season, I almost feel like this is a little bit of misdirection here, to tell you the truth. Because before I get into it, thinking back to the season 6 trailer where Mike says, whatever happens next, it's not going to go down the way you think it is. I feel like most people think that Howard is going to die. So maybe if we sort of use Mike's words here as an example, maybe everything is the opposite of what it seems. Again, I'm not really sure here. But anyway, I'm thinking back to the very notorious photo that Bob Odenkirk tweeted of Howard Hamlin, where we see Howard appear to have a red spot on his head. A lot of people speculating that this was done accidentally and that this red spot was not cleaned up, maybe signifying that this scene just presented Howard's death and then they were taking a photo afterwards. But I don't know here. This seems a little bit too obvious, to tell you the truth, and almost seems like a literal red herring here, not just a figurative one. Not to mention, I actually also saw online, again, I can't corroborate this. I don't know if this is actual or a deep fake. I assume this is real, but there's definitely a Instagram live video of Patrick Fabian taking a Q&A surrounding Better Call Saul next season. And he definitely, I think, intentionally buries the lead here with what he says in respect to Howard Hamlin next season.
Oh yeah, I think Chuck totally would have gotten better. If I hadn't have fired him, he wouldn't have killed himself. Oh wait, except actually it was Jimmy and his insurance scam. That Jimmy McGill, he is just going to be the death of me.
And so again, I really feel like if Howard was really going to die next season, you think that maybe they'd want to keep it a little bit closer towards the vest and not have, actors like Patrick Fabian just be so overtly obvious here with his figure of speech of that Jimmy McGill being the death of me. Again, it almost seems like it's so obvious here, and this video almost makes me think about how it would be just as ridiculous if Michael Mandow was doing an Instagram live and he said something to the effect of, man, Nacho has a lot of problems heading into next season. I wish all of those problems would just disappear. An obvious reference to Ed to disappear. I mean, come on. Really? So I don't know. Again, we're just totally speculating here. In hindsight, maybe if Howard does die, we can go back and be like, wow, they were not cautious with this at all. But just, again, part of me thinks that this ending for Howard is just so obvious and so redundant that maybe it won't be written into the plot of Better Call Saul next season.
Oh, that ending was so obvious. You could have figured that out anyway.
Again, this is just my own rampant speculation here. That being said, I remember prior to season 5 of Better Call Saul, I made an entire video about the storylines surrounding Hank Schrader and Crazy 8 prior to the premiere of season 5 of Better Call Saul, and more or less, that prediction was more or less absolutely correct because that was basically just based entirely on the backstory that was revealed to us in the plot of Breaking Bad, and we know that the creators aren't going to directly contradict the canon when crafting the storyline of these characters in the plot of Better Call Saul. So that was pretty easy to tell. But again, with Howard Hamlin, with it truly being completely open-ended here, basically the point I'm trying to make here is that, is the obvious ending really going to be the ending for Howard Hamlin next season? I guess we're just gonna have to wait a few weeks and find out. All right, that's all I really got for you guys on this one. Don't know what's gonna happen here. Can't wait to find out. And as always, my name is Anton Jackson. Thank you again so much for watching this video.